What is up, everybody? It's your boy Nerdy Rich here, back on the Nerdy Rich channel. And today we're talking about Dexter Season 4. And before I say yes, you're going to see me in the same outfit because I'm recording a lot of these in a single day because I want to get the original Dexter series done so I can focus on the other Dexter shows. So that we can finally move on to other long-running series that I had planned for the channel and just other things. So we're getting it done. So anyway, Dexter Season 4. Now this is the peak of Dexter. This is easily one of the best written season of Dexter. I mean, if you ask any Dexter fan, they always say Season 1 and Season 4 are the best season of Dexter, period. And the main reason why this season is so good is because of the main killer of this being the Trinity Killer. The Trinity Killer is honestly one of the best killers in the show, and I love the relationship he has with Dexter throughout the entire show. How Dexter, originally starts stalking him once he figure out who the Trinity Killer is, but he sees that the Trinity Killer has a family, just like how Dexter have in this season. Of course, spoilers from the end of Season 3. Dexter, of course, kills the Skinner, and he also kills Miguel. He obviously told Miguel that he actually killed his brother at the beginning of the Season 3. Miguel gets mad, and of course, he eventually kills him. Because obviously Miguel killed an innocent person, even though it was one of his colleagues that is dirty, but she's not a killer. So obviously it didn't fall under Dexter's code. He's like, okay, that can get situated by regular cops and the law and stuff like that. She's not a killer. But Miguel obviously killed her because, he got tired of her always being in his business. So obviously Dexter had to kill him. Of course, Dexter got married to Rita, and we also found out that Rita is also pregnant in Season 3, and now we get to see, of course, the baby being baby Harrison throughout this season, the beginning of this season, all the way through, and then, of course, he will play later parts in the later half of the other Dexter show and the later half of the original Dexter. So, of course, now Dexter is, of course, married, still trying his best to be a serial killer, but also still trying his best to still be a family man, and that's why the Trinity Killer works so well with the storyline, is because the Trinity Killer has everything Dexter wants. He has a wife, he has 2 kids, everything seems perfect. He's also a man that also helps out in his community, he helps build houses and everything like that, and he seems like a very ordinary man, even though, yes, he is a serial killer, he does kill people, and we, of course, get his MO, meaning he kills a child, he kills a mother too, and he also kills a father, and we of course find out his backstory, the reason why he does it in that specific way, and that's what makes it so well, and that's why I love this season so much. It's because of the fact Dexter is trying his best to use this guy as a template to become a great father to his son Harrison, but also to Aster and Cody, his stepchildren, and also Rita, his wife. But while he's also, still trying to help out with Miami Metro, trying to catch this guy. And of course, we get the return of Special Agent Lundy in this season. And of course, Lundy is still very suspicious of Dexter. But of course, he gets back into it with Debs. And then, obviously, spoilers for Season 3. Debs and Quinn started to kind of have their little romance going on throughout that season. But of course, it didn't last. They started to slowly creep into it, but of course that wasn't her main love interest of Season 3. It was a different character. They actually lead that relationship into this season, but of course with Lundy there, she ends up leaving that other guy who was a victim of the Skinner on Season 3, and then of course they had their big thing, but obviously, something will happen to him, and then Debs throughout the entire season is trying to hunt down the Trinity Killer in order to get revenge for Lundy, and also the other Miami Metro is trying to catch Trinity throughout this entire season. And the other thing I love about this season is the ending of this season. I won't spoil it for the sake of the people who hasn't seen it, but man, that ending is phenomenal. One of the best TV endings, because that caught me completely off guard. Mind you, I just watched this show last year in 2025, so of course I had zero spoilers of it. When I saw that, I thought it was a dream. I was like, there ain't no way they're gonna do what they're gonna do in this final scene. But then you go into Season 5, they pick right up after that. So Man, that caught me off guard. That caught a lot of Dexter's fans. I can't imagine watching this week to week and then getting to this ending. I mean, man, there's just so many great things. The Trinity Killer is honestly one of the best written killers, like I said, outside, of course, the Eye Truck Killer in season one. It's because, we get to see how he is. He acts like a normal guy. He goes to church. He helps out his community building houses. He just does a lot of great things. And just to see that once we get to learn more about him, he's actually a pretty dark character because of what he's done to not only himself, to his victim, but also to his family, and so many other things that will go along in the season. And that's what I love about his relationship with Dexter. It's that he's trying to teach Dexter the right way, but he also, at the same time, knows that Dexter is hiding something more deeper from him. And there's just so many great consequences because of Dexter throughout this season. This season really truly felt like it's Dexter's fault. Season 3 also felt like Dexter's fault, but it wasn't all the way his fault because he tried his hardest to keep Miguel from going down the dark path he did in season 2. It wasn't fully Dexter's fault. It was more Doak's fault for constantly staying on him, which caused a domino effect that led into, of course, the Lila situation, and of course, Rita also was play a blame with that too, and so many other things. And then of course the Ice Truck Killer was the Ice Truck Killer was the main reason why everything happened in Dexter's life at that point. So this time, this was 100% Dexter's fault. If Dexter did what he was supposed to do, a lot of things would have not happened at the end of this season. But man, there's just so much I could talk about with this season, but I'm going to leave that here. We're going to get to the characters, and let's talk about the characters. What is up, everybody? We're back for the character portion, so I will be talking about the Trinity Killer in this video. So spoilers for the reveal of the Trinity Killer. Surprisingly, the Trinity Killer was shown way earlier than I thought. But anyway, let's get on to Dexter. So Dexter in this season is, of course, married. He just recently had his baby Harrison. So now he is trying to be more of a family man. He just brought a new house to him, Rita, and the kids are all living in the house together. He's still trying to balance his work life, his married life, and also still being a serial killer as well after everything that happened between season 1, 2, and 3. But of course, he gets word of a new serial killer that just recently came into Miami. They said Special Agent Lundy, and Lundy tells him, like, yeah, this is a guy that I've been tracking for, like, many years now called the Trinity Killer. He kills he kills in threes, so of course I'm looking for him. And of course, Lundy's also trying to get back with Debs and all the other stuff. So Dexter ends up finding who is the Trinity Killer, and of course he is trying to... Of course, he wants to kill him, but he's like, I might as well learn from him to how to be a better family man, because the Trinity Killer is a family man. He has a wife, he has 2 kids, and he also helps in the community, and he seems like a very good guy outside of the fact he is also a serial killer like Dexter. But everybody that he loves see him as this great pillar in the community until he learns, of course, his dark secret that he is nowhere even close to that. So Dexter is now conflicted because he knows he has to kill the Trinity Killer, but at the same time he just doesn't want to because he wants to learn from him, and that ultimately will cost Dexter huge in this season. This is easily the darkest season out of the whole show because of the ending that's going to happen. I won't reveal that, but it's just a lot of crazy things. The next person we're going to talk about is Debs. Debs this season is the same as always. She's foul mouth, loud. She's her relationship with Anton that falls apart because Lundy came back in the picture. Then she tried to get back with Lundy, but then something happens to Lundy. So now Debs is trying to figure out who the person who did what they did to Lundy, and also trying to track down the Trinity Killer. And that's basically her story in this season. She doesn't really get much to do outside of just the case itself, and her just now having to deal with the whole Trinity thing, and of course with the Lundy situation. But not really much happens in the later half of the show. She gets a lot more to do, but that's really it. That's all I'm really going to talk about with Debs. Pretty straightforward. Next will be Rita. And man, this is Rita's swan song. And they really do a good job with Rita this season. Not only we get to see her as a being married to Dexter, she still gets on his case about certain things, which is very understandable. You know, she's just recently had a child. They just trying to build their family together, but she still gets on him when she needs to. But she also tries to be understanding of Dexter, and we really get to see why Dexter ultimately did choose to marry Rita, not only just to have like a cover life, but also just show that he really can have a family life. And I love that was the best thing about meeting the Trinity Killer is that he gets to see that yeah, there is a potential to have a good life with Rita, and that's what I really like. We also get little small stuff in here, but overall, Rita does try to be there for her, be there for Dexter and also everybody else. And I like that they do give Dexter her some conflicts. The conflict they do give is funny, but it's also that can happen. But they do a great job with it. So next, we're gonna talk about the man himself, the Trinity Killer, Arthur. Arthur throughout this season is probably my second favorite killer in the whole franchise. He easily could be my number one, but I love the Ice Truck Killer a lot, especially with the context of the original Sin. But man, I really love him because I love the fact that we get to see an alternate version of Dexter once again, but this time we get to see what if Dexter, you know, really focus on being a family man, really focus on helping out his community and everything. And for the most part, Arthur just seems like a normal guy. He just happens to be a serial killer. But unfortunately, as the season go along, we do get to see why he's known as this notorious killer because he's been killing for many years to the point he has multiple victims in multiple different cities. He loves moving around different cities to kill people, and that's why Lundy was on his trail. And man, they just do a really great job. And I love that when we do find out the reason why he was killing the way he does, it just puts everything into perspective. And I like that he does act like a mentor to Dexter for a long period until he, of course, figured out what Dexter's real objective when hanging out with him, and ultimately will lead into, you know, the ending of the season. And just so many great things happen because of the fact that this guy was introduced. And there are other characters I could talk. I really did enjoy this season. This is easily the best season of Dexter. If you haven't, I highly recommend watch. I mean, season 4 of Dexter. I'm sorry. And the ending of the season is the most shocking thing in this whole show and changed the entire show forever. But this is definitely the peak of Dexter. So if you haven't seen it, please go watch it. So I will catch you guys later. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe as always. And I'll catch you guys later. Love and peace, everybody.